Water well man again. We're about ready to try this thing again. Take my voltmeter and make sure the voltage is correct. This is an analog meter. Of course, everybody has a meter. Don't you have a meter? Put it on voltage from 0 to 300. From 0 to 300. Set it down here and see if I can check the voltage without killing myself. One on that one, and one on that one. It says there that we have 250, 255, pretty high voltage. It's almost to the maximum. You shouldn't have that much, but that's the light company issue. I'll have to take that up with them at a later time. Whenever you turn a pump on the first time, whenever you're hooking up a new tank and you've done all this plumbing, all the pipes are empty of water, and when the pump first comes on, it'll shove a pocket of air into your diaphragm that only water belongs in. And it's well advised when you first turn one on, before you turn it on, to have your discharge valve open, so that when the pump comes on, that air will be pushed out of your garden hose or out of the opening that you have, instead of into the tank where it does not belong. Got my little meter hooked up here, and we'll see what this thing does. There's that air I was talking about. Okay, that allowed the air to get out of it. Now I'll close the valve so that it will only fill up the tank with water rather than air followed by water. I'm going to turn on the city water to refill my test pit. When it gets to a full level, I'll turn the pump on again, and we'll see how this thing works. Get the settings on this pressure switch. Takes a 3/8 nut driver with a rubber handle. You shouldn't do this unless you're a licensed electrician and water well man. That's a disclaimer, because I'm making these adjustments with the switch hot. Looks like the water is almost full in the test pit. I better turn the pump on. There it goes, filling up the tank. Now this is a large tank, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get it up to the point to where we can adjust it. What I'm looking for is to get it above the pre-charge setting of 34 pounds. So I'm going to let it get up to about 45 pounds and physically turn the switch off so that I can set the come on point of this switch. We're up to 40 pounds now, as you can see on the gauge. Move this wire. And the test pit is going down faster than the pressure tank is going up. You shouldn't do this, but when it gets to 45 pounds, I'm going to lift this plate that the spring is pushing down on and make the pump turn off. Like that. Aha! It comes on at a high setting. So I need to back off of this little darling. So that whenever I turn it off, it will stay off. Okay, relaxing that. Test pit is refilling with water, and we're at 50 pounds. So I'll let some water out of this tank because I want this thing to come on at 37 pounds. If it comes on prior to that, I'll have to back off of this top screw once again. We're taking water out of the tank only, as you can see. And my test pit is just about full. Better turn the city water off. Ah, the pump just came on. At too high of a setting. I'll back off while it's running. And now turn it off again. And now turn the city water off that I attempted to do a moment ago. Okay. Now I've turned it off. It's down to 40 pounds. I'm going to back off some more so that the pump won't come on, even though it gets down to where I want it to be. You'll notice the gauge is coming down to 30, 5, 6, 37 pounds. Where I'm turning the valve off, the diaphragm now has 37 pounds against it. What I can do now is compress the spring slowly by turning the tall one to the right till right there where it comes on. So now it comes on at 37 pounds. Turn the city back on. Don't want to run out of water. And I want to adjust the shutoff point to my satisfaction, which is 20 pounds more than 37, which is 57. I know all you geniuses are saying you should have hooked this up to a smaller tank, but that's okay. There's 51. We may just make it. 52. We're getting close to sucking air with that pump. 53, 54, 55. There's 55, 56 pounds. Almost 56. I made a little bit more of an adjustment here. Let's see what it does. 55, 56, 56, 57 pounds. Pretty close. I'll turn the water on again. Let some water out of the tank. Let it go down to 36, 37 pounds. And see if it comes on like I want it to. City water is filling up my test pit again. We're down to 45, 6, 7, 48 pounds. Let me turn off the city water again right quick. There we are. 44 pounds and declining. The points are open, you'll notice, which means the pump is not running. $42. 41, 40 pounds. We'll know shortly. Comes on at 38. My goodness. $38. 37.5. Yeah, that's going to be close enough. I'll close the valve and let it pump the tank up again. See how close to the 57 we'll get again. Don't want to run out of water. If it's above the turn on setting of 38, you can lift this plate and shut the pump off. And it won't come back on unless the pressure goes down to the 38 that we were talking about. I'm giving a moment or two for the test barrel to get more water in it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to make it come on by pushing down. And we'll see where it turns off at. Coming up on 50. City water test bit is still okay. 52. 53. 54. 55, 56. It's about as close as I can get it. I like that. More later, y'all.